Why did civilizations separated by oceans and centuries use the same symbols? Why does a serpent devouring itself, a tree that connects heavens and hells, or a hidden cross in ancient temples appear again and again, as if coming from the same ancient dream? What if symbols were not human inventions, but encoded messages from a higher plane? Sacred languages not meant for the eye, but for the soul? Welcome to Mysterium Philosophicum, where we explore the hidden paths of knowledge. Today we begin a new journey into the eternal mystery of the symbol. A bridge between worlds, a mirror of the spirit, a hidden language that reveals what reason cannot explain. Get ready, because what you're about to discover may change the way you see all of reality. Today we open a new chapter in this layer of mystery. We will unravel one of the deepest enigmas of human existence, the power of symbols as a hidden language of reality. What truly is a symbol? It is not merely a sign that points to something known, like an arrow indicating direction, nor is it an allegory dressing abstract concepts in concrete garments. The symbol transcends these mundane limitations. Carl Gustav Jung, the explorer of psychic depths, offers us a luminous definition. The symbol is the best possible expression of something relatively unknown. That is, the symbol does not represent what we already know. It reveals what remains at the threshold of conscious understanding. While a conventional sign, like a traffic signal, has a fixed and univocal meaning, the symbol is polysemic and alive. It holds infinite layers of meaning, unfolding according to the observer's level of awareness. The symbol does not explain, it transmutes. It does not inform, it transforms. René Guénon, the traditionalist metaphysician, distinguished between authentic symbolism and mere social conventions. For him, true symbols are vehicles of spiritual influence, channels through which perennial wisdom flows from higher planes of being. Theologian Paul Tillich complements this view by defining the symbol as something that participates in the power and meaning of what it symbolizes. The symbol is not external to its referent. It is a real manifestation of the reality it expresses. Throughout millennia, civilizations have woven their most sacred teachings into symbolic language. From the caves of Lascaux and Altamira to the rose windows of Chartres, from Nile hieroglyphs to Tibetan mandalas, the symbol has been the living repository of ancestral wisdom. Mircea Eliade, historian of religions, observed that the symbol reveals certain aspects of reality, the deepest ones, which refuse any other form of knowledge. In initiatory traditions, the symbol functioned as a condenser of spiritual experience, allowing ineffable truths to be transmitted from master to disciple without degrading into limiting conceptualizations. Ancient temples were not simply buildings. They were three-dimensional cosmograms, symbolic maps of the universe, where every stone, every proportion, every ornament was a coded teaching. The initiate learned to read architecture as a sacred book. In medieval art, every figure, every color, every gesture carried symbolic meaning. The initiated artisans of the Gothic guilds inscribed the keys of the great alchemical work into their creations, turning raw matter into vehicles of spiritual light. The mythologies of all peoples speak the same fundamental symbolic language, revealing that a universal grammar of the human soul exists, transcending superficial cultural differences. Certain symbols have emerged spontaneously in cultures separated by oceans and millennia, suggesting they arise from deep layers of the collective psyche. The Ouroboros, the serpent that devours its own tail, embodies eternal return, the cyclical nature of cosmic time, and the primordial unity underlying all apparent multiplicity. The Tree of Life appears from Genesis to Kabbalistic texts, from Norse cosmogonies to shamanic visions. It is the axis mundi, the axis that connects the worlds, the spine of the cosmos through which divine sap flows between heaven, earth, and the underworld. The labyrinth is not merely an architectural puzzle, but a map of the initiatory journey. The mandala, sacred circle of Tibetan Buddhism, is a visual cosmology enabling meditation on the structure of the universe and the mind. Each shape, each color, holds precise meaning in the process of inner transformation. These symbols are not cultural decorations. They are spiritual tools that facilitate altered states of consciousness and supra-rational understanding. In the esoteric currents of the West, the symbol reaches its highest sophistication as a vehicle for initiatory transmission. Alexandrian Hermeticism developed a complex symbolic system where each image condensed multiple levels of meaning: cosmological, psychological, and operative. Medieval alchemy was not merely primitive chemistry, it was a sacred science using metallurgical symbolism to encode the phases of spiritual transformation. Lead turned into gold represented the purified soul recovering its original luminous nature. In Hebrew Kabbalah, each letter of the sacred alphabet is simultaneously number, sound, image, and cosmic force. The Sephirotic tree is a complete map of divine emanation and the soul's return path to its source. Masonic lodges preserve fragments of this symbolic wisdom through their coded rituals. The square and compass, the Temple of Solomon, Jacob's ladder. Each ritual element is a hermeneutic key that opens hidden dimensions of experience. Rosicrucianism synthesized Christian, Hermetic, and Kabbalistic traditions into a floral symbolism expressing the awakening of the spiritual heart. The rose blooming on the cross of sacrifice reveals the supreme alchemy, the transformation of suffering into wisdom. These traditions understood that the authentic symbol is not invented by the human mind, but discovered in the archetypal strata of reality. The initiate learns to attune to these primordial forms that pre-exist all particular cultural manifestations. Carl Jung revolutionized our understanding of symbols by discovering the collective unconscious. For Jung, symbols are not arbitrary creations, but spontaneous emergences of archetypal content seeking to manifest in consciousness. The living symbol, Jung wrote, is the best possible formulation of something relatively unknown, something that cannot be more clearly or characteristically represented. Genuine symbols possess transformative power because they connect individual awareness to universal archetypal matrices. From an esoteric perspective, this means that traditional symbols are contact points between the human psyche and higher spiritual hierarchies. The Jungian process of individuation, the realization of the self, follows the same pattern as ancient initiatory paths: a symbolic death of the ego followed by a rebirth on a higher level of integration. Symbols act as catalysts for this inner transformation. This convergence between depth psychology and traditional wisdom suggests there is a fundamental structure in the evolution of human consciousness, a universal grammar of spiritual awakening that symbols express and facilitate. Are they mere remnants of primitive mindsets or lost keys to dimensions of reality we've forgotten? The authentic symbol does not age because it partakes of the eternal. Its truths are not historical, but meta-historical, not cultural, but transcultural. In a world saturated with information, but starved of meaning, the symbol offers something no data can provide: resonance with the depths of being. Perhaps our task today is not to discard these ancestral maps of consciousness, but to relearn how to read them. They are tools for navigating the inner oceans that materialist science is only beginning to chart. The symbol remains a bridge between worlds, a threshold between the known and the mysterious, an invitation to transcend the limits of ordinary consciousness and enter the infinite territories of the spirit. Symbols surround us, they inhabit us, they call to us. Each of us has experienced those mysterious moments of recognition before an image, a shape, a pattern that awakens something deep within. Share with us in the comments. Which symbols have marked your life? What hidden meanings have you discovered in your own inner journey? Which symbols would you like us to explore? Leave your answers in the comment box. If this journey through symbolic territory resonated with you, subscribe to Mysterium Philosophicum and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future explorations through the hidden paths of knowledge. Share this content with those who, like you, seek the lost keys of ancestral wisdom. Support our work so we can continue unveiling the mysteries that await in the shadows of history and the depths of the human soul. Until the next mystery. And remember, not all open eyes see.